Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
All right, Brennan Taylor here, True School Sports.
I'm with
OG Bill Haney. What's good, man?
How you doing, brother? I'm feeling good. You got a chance to see what our energy is like inside the gym right now, what we're feeling, and how we're feeling about Devin and what he's doing and where he's at, so on and so forth. But how you doing?
I can't complain, man. I've been in Vegas about a month, just going to the gym, get my content, so it's good to be here. I was at Tanks yesterday, so good to be here and see Devin.
Good.
Absolutely. So, Bill, I got to ask you, man, like, as a fighter in the ring, right? Because people have their preconceived notions about Devin. They say, you know, Devin can't punch, Devin can't do this, Devin can't do that. I hear otherwise in the gym. What can you tell people about Devin Haney and his maturation as a fighter?
Oh, I mean, it's a blessing, though. You know, it's a blessing from Allah that he's continuing to get better and better. That he's a healthy Devin Haney right now. You know, it's a reason why these guys aren't running up in there. You know what I mean? I always talk about it. I always say it's eerily similar to a lot of fighters that I don't want to mention because I don't want to cause any confusion. But some of the greats have experienced some of the same critique, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think as a fighter, right? Because I asked you earlier. What do you think? Like, people misunderstand, like the boxing fans, because boxing fans seem to have their narratives about Devin Haney. They say like, well, he's this, he's that. What do you think he's gonna show in this JoJo fight?
He's gonna show him one more reason why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One more reason why. That's all. You know, it's one more a step in Devin's maturation of being arguably, arguably, I'm sure, one of the best that ever put on a pair of gloves. That's what we set out to do, and this is one step closer to solidifying Devin's ultimate goal and dream.
I was just talking to Mickey Bay, right? And Mickey Bay kept talking like for a while about just how competitive Devin Haney is. What could you say about Devin Haney's competitiveness as a fighter?
Well, I mean, I can just say that he doesn't want to lose in nothing. I mean, not just as a fighter, but he's competitive in everything. You know, he's a very competitive person. You know, and it transcends in the ring.
Yeah. Bill, like when he was a kid, right? Was he always this driven, or always? Was he the type of person that you had to tell something, like if you told him to go to the gym or you told him to do something once, would it be like more than once, or you could tell him one time and that was it, or
No, he kept rising and rising to different levels. You know, obviously I have an 11-year-old who has a certain level of commitment that he shows. You know what I mean? And it's continuing to get better. And then Devin was the same way. He was like, once he started, it was like a rocket, just headed straight to the moon.
Straight to the moon. I'm sure you spent countless hours with Devin in the gym. What's like the most? What's something that you've seen him do in the gym that just like blew your mind? Has there ever been like a particular moment where you watched Devin in sparring? You don't gotta say who it was against, but like, was there ever anything he did?
Yeah, I mean, I had him. Obviously, my biggest moment as a parent is seeing him in there with a fighter that I consider to be, you know, maybe on the top 3 or top 5 of all time. And to see Devin get in there with him.
Floyd, right? Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah. Well, you said we weren't going to mention his name. But yeah, that's TBE, with all due respect to Floyd and everything that he is, because, you know, it was something for Devin's confidence. It was something for my confidence in what we were doing and what we had been doing up to thus far. You know what I mean? And without Floyd giving us the opportunity, then, you know, that moment in life would have never happened. So, you know, I say it always bittersweet, but I'm always telling you the truth.
Yeah. How did his confidence go after that sparring session with Floyd?
I mean, well, you can imagine if you're in there with Floyd and then you look over at
you know, another fight,
Tom, Dick, or Harry. You know, at that particular moment, you know what I mean? Every opponent after that just seemed like they were going in slow motion.
Okay. Like with Devin, right? With Devin, I know you talked a lot about Teo. You kind of got him in the gym because you say, yo, he's from Florida. Where's the guy from Florida? What do you think separates Teo and Devin as fighters?
Bloodline, DNA.
Yeah.
DNA. Just what Devin has made up in him versus what Teofimo has made up in him. You know what I mean? It's just a different DNA makeup. You know, we never we never are going to contradict ourselves in the way that the Lopez's have. Right? We're never going to play ourselves in the way that the Lopez's have. Right? It's boxing. That's what it is. You know, we're making out to be more than what it is. It's boxing. It's an event, a boxing match that you put on, and it's not that hard, right? It's no hate. It's no hate between Devin and Teofimo Lopez's fans, right?
Yeah.
We admire and respect how hard that they ride for Teofimo, right? You can't help but respect it, right? But we know that within Devin, he's just cut from a different cloth, a different DNA.
Yeah, I know. Mickey was saying he has that throwback cloth. He throw like a throwback.
Hold up, champ. So let me holler at you before you leave.
Devin, Mickey was saying he's come from the throwback fighter called like the 70s, the 80s fighters. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. That's what we study. That's the period that we come out. I'm a 70s baby that grew up in the 80s, right? And I think it transcends into what Devin's style and his whole approach to it is.
Okay. Well, I don't want to hold you up much longer, but I know you want to talk to people. But Bill, before I end the interview, any message to the boxing world about Devin? And
come watch December 4th.
Yeah.
The youngest in charge, the baddest, most skilled fighter in all of boxing. December the 4th, Haney versus Diaz, against a hell of a fighter in Diaz, a former Olympian, former world champion, right? Who's going to be coming to fight. It's going to be absolute fireworks. Diaz has everything to win in this fight. So let's get it.
All right, Bill Haney, OG Bill, thank you for talking to True School Sports.